Tonight, 12 News investigates why trucks are being targeted here in Southeast Texas. You may love your pickup for off-roading, hauling, and tailgating, but so do a specific group of criminals. And they're capitalizing on that horsepower and towing capacity for some pretty ugly reasons.
Yeah, Dominique Lay breaks down the trend law enforcement is seeing and one Lumberton man's journey trying to get his truck back.
Jordan Dage, investigators started noticing an alarming trend in auto thefts. Ford F-250s. What they didn't anticipate is who is stealing them from local driveways, shopping centers, and workplaces, and why.
So I walked out and my whole truck was gone. So I was like, oh man,
That's Nate Schwartz. He's from Lumberton, and he's still trying to wrap his head around this.
And there's cameras all over the neighborhood. There's cameras that saw a truck come, saw my truck leave. There's a camera right behind my house that saw my lights turn on at 2:29 in the morning, and they were gone in 1 minute.
In that 1 minute, his Ford F-250 was stolen from his Lumberton driveway in late August. Schwartz's truck went on a wild ride, according to sheriff's deputies, from Houston to B County, where Schwartz says his truck was used in a high-speed chase. Finally, his truck was found 230 miles from home in Victoria, Texas. But what's even more shocking is what investigators say Schwartz's truck was being used for.
One of the sheriffs told me what they like to do is put a cover on the bed, and they put people in the bed of these trucks.
Smuggling people and drugs. Detective Kane Dean with the Southeast Texas Auto Theft Task Force says Schwartz isn't alone. Just like Southeast Texans love their F-250s, so do traffickers.
A lot of them that we see recovered or down by the border areas and utilized for, let's say, the human trafficking side, also the smuggling side.
And this is a big problem in the Lone Star State. A University of Texas at Austin study found there are more than 300,000 victims of human trafficking in Texas alone. Around 79,000 are minors, young victims of sex trafficking. The other 234,000 are adult victims of labor trafficking. In other words, modern-day slavery. And Dean says these traffickers' vehicle of choice are Ford F-250s, 350s, and 450s. Why?
The availability of that many trucks out there, and then that person able to take that truck and move it towards the border if we wanted to smuggle narcotics, if they want to smuggle people, whatever it takes to get back and forth. Then you take the workload of the truck.
Their off-roading capabilities and interior space are a win-win for traffickers.
The truck has the ability to have different panels made for the truck for smuggling any type of narcotic. Also, the interior of them, normally it's a four-door truck, so it's rather large. They can take everything out of the inside of that truck.
As for Schwartz, well, he settled with insurance on his truck, so he won't see his truck ever again.
A little disheartening, in a whole sense of the fact, not just, yeah, they stole my truck, which, yeah, really, man, they stole my truck. I wish I still had it. But yeah, it's an overall kind of like security thing for where we live.
I asked Schwartz what his message would be to other Ford F-250 drivers. His words, lock them up. And Dean says the same thing. There's nothing that will stop someone from trying to steal your truck, but locking doors, setting alarms, and an ignition kill can make it harder for those thieves. Dominique Lay, 12 News.